Hi! In this video, you'll learn how to create a Digistore24 product in Digibiz. The product in Digistore is like a virtual image of your actual product. It is the starting point for everything else: the order form, product price, return period, automated commissions, and so on. You link all these features to your Digistore24 product, which you can create in Digistore itself, of course, but also in Digibiz24. However, it is important for you to know that only the standard options for creating your Digistore24 product are available in Digibiz. This is probably perfectly sufficient in most cases, especially if you only plan to sell courses, but it just means you can't customize your product to the fullest extent. If you want to access all the functions and features of Digistore24, you have to create the product in Digistore itself. The playlist now linked in the top right-hand corner should be of great help here. In this video, however, I want to show you how to create a Digistore product in Digibiz. All you need to do is connect Digistore24 under Integrations by clicking on Connect and then simply enter your Digistore login credentials. Once you've connected Digistore, you can create your product here in the product beta by clicking on Add at the top. In the first field, I enter the name of the Digistore product, which will only be visible to you. You can enter the name that your customers see on the order form or invoice in this field. I'll put my course for now. My product is in German, so I can leave the setting here, but if you want to offer your product in multiple languages, then you can also specify additional languages here. You'll also see that you can switch back and forth between the different languages for the text that your customers see. In this case, always enter the correct translation. But now let's go to the product type. Simply select the product type that most closely resembles your product. If you want to sell a course, however, it is best to select Digital Member Area. A detailed list and explanation of the product types can be found in the top right-hand corner. Next, you can also set an affiliate commission in case you want to use affiliates later on. But I will not go into that now. Finally, you have to set the sales page for your product. If you haven't created a sales page yet, you can do so under Landing Pages. You can find an introduction on how to create a website on Digibiz linked now in the top right-hand corner. If you also use the product as an upsell product, you should select the appropriate upsell page here. A more detailed explanation of this is now also linked in the top right-hand corner. Finally, a thank you page is also recommended, simply to strengthen the bond with your customers and explain how they can access their product. This can also be done under Landing Pages. But for now, we are done and can click on Save. Now switch to the Order Form tab to adjust the settings for your order form. By default, when you create a product, Digistore24 automatically creates a responsive order form, the basic design of which you can change in Digistore. You can now find a video that explains this better in the top right-hand corner. But you can also change some things directly here. First, you should use this button here to upload a product image that will be displayed on your order form. You can enter a product description via the field here in the space next to the image and below the title. If you'd like to use a completely different order form, such as a cart builder order form, for example, then you should watch the video tutorial that is now linked in the top right-hand corner, where all the order form types that are available to you are presented. Once you've clicked on Save again, we'll have arrived at the final step, namely assigning a price to your product. To do this, switch to the third tab called Payment Plans. You might now be asking yourself, why is it called Payment Plans and not simply Product Price? Well, because Digistore24 offers you the possibility of combining different payment methods, such as installments or subscriptions, to offer your customers maximum freedom of choice. In other words, it's about far more than simply setting the product price. The main difference between these various payment plans is the different billing types, which you can select here by clicking on New Payment Plan. There are three types of payment plan on Digistore: single payment, subscription, and installment. Single payment is when you make a one-off payment and then everything is settled. This is the most common form of billing. With a subscription, however, your customer pays an amount at regular intervals and receives something in return from you for that period of payment. A good example of this would be a gym subscription. You pay $30 as a first payment, as an activation fee, so to speak, and then $20 per month on an ongoing basis. But then there are also installment plans. This type of billing is not usually offered on its own. Rather, it is normally used in combination with a single payment if the product price is high. For example, if you were to offer one-on-one coaching with a single payment of $1,000, many customers would not be able to pay such a high price in one go. Therefore, you could offer an additional installment payment where this high price is broken down. Instead of paying $1,000 all at once, the customer could pay $100 every month for 10 months. In the end, you'll receive the same or even a higher amount, but it will be much more convenient for your customers, and most importantly, they'll be more willing to purchase your product. And that's what I want to do with my course. First of all, I would like to offer it with a single payment variant of $200 without a trial period. If I click on Add here, this payment plan will also be created. However, because $200 at once can be a lot, I would like to accommodate my customers and also offer installment payments, where my customers can then decide whether they would prefer to buy my product all at once or across several installments. So, I click on New Payment Plan and now select Installment Payment. Instead of making customers pay $200 up front, I want to offer the possibility of paying $20 for 10 months. So, I first select 10 as the number of installments, 1 month as the billing period, and 20 as the payment both times. I specify US dollar for the currency again while the trial period remains the same. I now click on Add again. Now I have 2 payment plans for my customers to choose from. We are still missing these settings up here, especially the choice of payment methods. This is where you have to think about which payment methods you want to allow or not, and more importantly, if you want to sell the product in Europe, whether you want the figure to be displayed as a gross or net amount. In other words, either the amount should already include the VAT, or the option is there to add the VAT in addition to the $200 price. This would mean that a private customer would pay $238 rather than $200. If you have more private customers than corporate customers, I'd recommend you leave the first option selected. We've now pretty much covered everything you need to know about payment plans, which means we can click on Save again. Please don't forget to link the product to all your buy buttons that can be used to access the product's order form. You can do this easily in the page builder by selecting your buy button, changing the button action to Open Order Form in the component settings, and then selecting your product down here. And that's it. You've now created a Digistore product in Digibiz. It wasn't that hard, right? Just a note before I end the video. Your product can only be sold once it has been approved. Before that, your customers will see this when they try to open the order form. You can find out how approval works in the video on the left-hand side. Before that, however, you should have your product completely ready, which includes automatic product delivery to your customers. For example, you could create a course for this, as explained in the playlist in the middle. Or you could take a look at the playlist on the far right-hand side, where the main delivery methods available on Digistore are presented.